you ask 10 people what a business analyst does, you would probably get 10 different answers. Some people think we only run documents. Some people think we are project managers. Some people even think we are developers. The truth is, none of these answers is completely correct. So today I want to show you what a normal day looks like for me. I have been working in IT for more than 15 years. I worked as a project manager, and today I work as a freelance business analyst in France. Every company is different, but many parts of my day are similar to what many business analysts do around the world. So let's start with my morning. I usually begin my day around 9 a.m. I live in Lyon, and one thing I really enjoy is that it's very bicycle friendly city. I go to work by bike. It's a great way to start the day. The first thing I do is not writing specifications. The first thing is checking my emails. I want to see if anything important happened while I was away. Did somebody report an incident? Is there a production problem? Did a stakeholder send an urgent request? Sometimes everything is quiet. Sometimes there are surprises waiting for me. My first job every morning is to understand what needs my attention first. After that, there is something that is very common in sense, coffee. Maybe you can heard about French coffee culture. In many countries, people take a few minutes in the morning to have a coffee together. It's not only about drinking coffee, it's also about communication. We talk about our projects, we ask questions, we share information. Sometimes I solve a small problem during this informal conversation before the first meeting even starts. Communication is probably the most important part of my job. Many people think business analysts spend all day writing documents. That is only partly true. Communication is a very important part of my job, but the communication is also a big part of it. Talk to people every day, but probably less than a project manager. I spend quite a lot of time writing specifications, documenting business rules, and making sure everybody understands exactly what needs to be built. Documentation, good documentation saves a lot of time later. Later in the morning, I usually have meetings with business users. These meetings are very important. The business team explains what they need. Maybe they want a new feature, maybe they want to improve an exciting process, maybe they have a problem that takes too much time every day. My job is not simply to write down what they say. My job is to ask questions. Sometimes a stakeholder tells me what they want, but after a few questions, we discover that they actually need something different. That is why asking good questions is one of the most important skills for business analysts. After many meetings, I start preparing the specifications. I describe the future solution, I explain the business rules, I write user stories when needed. I make sure everybody understands the maintain thing. Good specification help everybody. The business team knows what will be delivered, the developers know what they have to build. And later, testing becomes much easier. Another important part of my job is working with developers. This part has changed a lot over the years. Many years ago, developers often knew the application very well. They knew both the technical side and the business side. Today, things are different. Applications are becoming bigger, projects are more complex. Developers are expert in software development, but they can't know every business process in detail. This is where the business analyst becomes very important. I help developers understand why we are building something. I explain how users work. I answer their questions. Sometimes a developer asks me, what should happen in this situation? Or what if the customer does this? I work with them to find the right answer. I like this part of my job because it is teamwork. We all have the same goal. We want to build the right solution. When development is finished, my work is not finished. Now is the time for testing. I check if the new feature works correctly, but I'm not only looking for bugs. I also ask myself one important question. Does this solution really answers the business need. Sometimes everything works perfectly, but the feature is still not what the users expected. That is why testing is not only about technology, it's also about understanding the business. Around noon, it's time for lunch. And if you work in France, lunch is something special. Many people take 1.5 and or even 2 hours for lunch. It's completely normal. People go to a restaurant, they eat together, they talk about work, but also about life, family, sports, corporates. For me, a lunch is a real break. It helps me come back with more energy for the afternoon. Around 2 p.m., work starts again. The afternoon is often a mix of meetings, answering patients, updating documentation, reviewing specifications, and helping developers. Not two days are exactly the same. That is one reason why I enjoy this tour. Every day brings a new challenge. In France, a normal working day usually finishes around 6 p.m. Of course, sometimes people work later. It happens. But in large companies, it's not very common. There's also something that I really appreciate in France. It's called the right to disconnect. This means that when the work day is over, people are generally not expected to answer emails or messages immediately. Unless there is a real emergency, work can wait until tomorrow. I think this creates a healthier balance between work and personal life. So, what does a business analyst actually do? We communicate, we ask questions, we understand business needs, we help developers, we prepare specifications, we test solutions, and most importantly, we make sure everyone is using the right product. We have a bridge between the business world and the technical world. If both sides understand each other, the project has a much better chance of succeeding. And that is what I do during a normal day as a business analyst. If you are thinking about becoming a business analyst or if you have any questions about this job, let me know in the comments. I would be happy to answer them. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.